This afternoon we're at Meggetland for the RBS Six Nations Women's International between Scotland and France. A big support for the French side, who are ranked third in the world and are a very, very useful side indeed. There was a lot of support for the Scots though, and in the early stages they had a lot to shout about. The Scots building up the pressure close to the French line. Scrum half, Sarah Gill nipping through there. Number 8, Sonia Cull taking the ball on. And a drive over the line. Was that a try for Heather Lockhart? No. No tries to referee Michael Black. Scrum back for the French. And with 15 minutes gone from a line out on the French 22, well taken there by Julie McCord. And the Scots forwards piling in there, winning the ball for Ronnie Fitzpatrick to make a dent in the French defence. And French offending there taken quickly by Tanya Griffiths. And not back 10. So the referee, and up stepped Sarah Gill. Absolutely no problem putting the Scots into a 3-0 lead after 15 minutes. They held on to that lead until 5 minutes to half time. The French playing a bit of rugby, but playing it inside their own 22 until a lovely run there by Sandrine Agricole to take the pressure off a wee bit. But play still in the French danger zone. They moved the ball. Well, it was just a wee bit predictable. And Tanya Griffiths anticipated it beautifully to go scorching in from 35 yards for a try under the post. Oh boy, the Scots did enjoy that one. That was a smashing try. And no problem for Sarah Gill. 10-0 with 5 minutes to go to half time. French desperate to get on the board before the break though, and took play deep into Scottish territory, driving on there, encouraged by skipper Estelle Sartini and scrum half Jennifer Troncy, driving the forwards on, telling them exactly where to put the effort, and they got it exactly right. Over the line, try, and number 8, Delphine Plante, getting the credit for that one. Only 2 minutes of the first half left, but the French with their tails up now, and full-back Caroline Ladagno coming into the line, and a certain try looked on for winger Céline Alema, but terrific tackle there by Scots full-back Lindsay Douglas. Saved the day. The French bundled into touch, just a yard short of the Scottish line. A half-time score, Scotland 10, France 5. Into the second half, and only a minute gone, and the Scots again piling on the pressure. Thumping run there by Sarah Louise Walker, but a wee fumble by the Scots. Gave the ball back to the French, and well, watch this one from well inside our own half. Winger Céline Allemont, and well, nobody was going to catch her. What a flying try. Absolute beauty to bring the French back to 10 points all. No problem for skipper Estelle Sartini. Popped that one over to take the French into the lead after 2 minutes of the second half. And it was only a couple of minutes later that the French stretched that lead. Great tackle there by Ronnie Fitzpatrick, but the French holding on to the ball. Lovely wee sniping break by Jennifer Troncy. Popped up the full-back Caroline Ladagno. And the French in control at that ruck. And Estelle Sartini setting up the move. Again, great tackling by the Scots defence. Lindsay Douglas putting in the tackle there, but Sartini was the link again for number 8, Delphine Plante. And with Sartini slotting the conversion, the French went into a 19 points to 10 lead. 6 minutes later, and the French still in the Scots danger zone. The ball snaffled there at the back by Jean Laurence, and out to Sartini. Nothing on really until a lovely wee jinking run from the French number 10 for a gem of a try. She converted that one herself, and as the game went into the final quarter, well, the Scots weren't out of it, still prepared to put in plenty of effort. Gilly McCord thundering into the opposition there, but the French trying to get the turnover, and Gilly McCord again plowing through, but very, very smart at the breakdown, the French, and forcing the Scots into giving away the penalty. An up-step replacement, Aurélie Bayon, to nail a superb kick. The Scots, by no means short in effort, but when it came to play at the breakdown, they were just a wee bit short of the ball, with the French very effective at turnover. And then a smashing break by Agnès Lagougine, and it was out to winger Céline Allenma, who went striding over for her second try. Terrific handling leading up to that one, and it was no problem for Aurélie Bayon to slot the conversion, taking France into a 36 point to 10 lead with 10 minutes to go. The French back in the Scots 22, and although it wasn't the best of passes to fullback Caroline Ladenu, the fullback over under the posts to take the French even further ahead. They nailed that conversion, but at 43 points to 10 in the final minute, the Scots were determined that they would get at least something out of the second half, and it was Gilly McCord who set it up, the skipper driving forward there, and the Scots winning the penalty. Taken quickly there by Heather Lockett, and the Scotland prop held inches from the line, but all coming back on the Scots side, and it was skipper Gilly McCord who had the final say, getting the touchdown that the Scots richly deserved for a great effort against a top-class side.
We did exactly the same last year. We went across to France, we were 10-0 up at half-time, and then they came back, and we were expecting it, but I think they really stepped up a gear, and we were just struggling to live with them in the second half. But we could take a lot of heart from the first half, but at the end of the day, it's not enough.
It was a very hard match. I'd like to congratulate the Scots. They were very tough, but we never gave up, and our game plan worked. I'm very proud of the team.
So the French playing some stunning rugby and showing why they're ranked third in the world after that 43 points to 15 win. But the Scots will take a lot out of their first half performance and build on that for next Sunday's international down in Cardiff. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Meggetland.